Hey guys, we're here at the American Fish Tree booth. I'm with my buddy Matt. Matt, everybody has a story about their business. Something clicks, something gives you an idea to create a spark to do something. Tell me the American Fish Tree story.
Well, when I was growing up as a kid, I never had a lot of access to go fishing. As far as as a kid, I didn't grow up on the lake. Friends had ponds, we would go. I grew up fishing Stone Mountain Park as a 9-year-old boy. My mom used to bring me. And as I got older, I always wanted to live on the lake. And as time moves forward, I was about 50 years old and got my first boathouse and cabin on the lake. And not having a lot of time, I would throw Christmas trees out. I've done porcupines, I've done moss backs. I mean, I've done a lot of different habitat ideas for fishing around my boathouse. And having tried a few, it was a number of years ago. I had this idea after trying a couple of them, and I came up with, I think, a pretty darn good piece of structure. And basically, that's what I do on my free time. I go to my boathouse, rarely take the boat out.
One of the things we talk about and what makes the fish tree, we look at this photo down here, you see all of the algae and everything growing on it, an entire ecosystem is here and it's taking place. But I want to relate to the tree here. Everything, when you think about a product, and I'm curious about how people do things. And everything comes in this. I know we have several of these at our lodge, at Willowdale Lodge. But I look at this and I look at your cuts. You took advantage of every ounce to get the size of these blades in here to maximize the shade. And so the design is just epic, and knowing how wide these blades are, the limbs or whatever you want, what do you call them?
Limbs, branches.
It really maximizes the product and gives out an enormous amount of shade, which is going to bring the ecosystem in, rather than crappie fishing, bass fishing, whatever it may be. This is the coolest thing. To me, the coolest thing is you don't get hung up in. You can throw lipless crankbaits, you can throw crappie jigs, you can throw whatever you want. And the fact that it's not penetrable, if that's a word, I guess, to where you have a fleshy tissue like a Christmas tree or a cedar or a willow that people put out. And to me, that's the advantage of the American fishing.
Yeah, like I said, getting back to how when I first got started, I wanted to fish around my boathouse. And so to me, one of the important things was to put a handle on it.
Yeah, and the handle, taking it and tying a rope to the guys, this is going to sink. You see, it's going to fill up with water. It's going to sink, and you can control the depth. So if it's spring or fall, and the fish are a little shallower, you can raise this up and you can only put it under the surface. Summer and winter, let it down a little deeper, and you can control what depth you've got it on your boat dock. So,
and kind of, I've been doing this about 6 years now. It's kind of which way is it going?
Right.
I know a lot of pond guys are buying them, but when I got started, it's just kind of more change in that direction. But as far as my goal was to design something that would go together fast and not create any problems. So I'm a small business. I don't have a complaint department. I don't have a whole lot of. But what's really cool, and this is, I've sold 1,100 of them. And I've never had a complaint. I've never had anybody call me up and, hey, it broke. And I'm like, okay, I try to make it so it's simple. And the way it works is you can squeeze that lid, line it up with that profile, wag it through, and because the material, it's going to last forever. It's going to outfish.
It'll be there in the grandkids and
beyond.
And I'm gonna tell you, I'm the kind of person I don't like to put stuff together. I don't. So when I opened up my first one, I see there were no screws, there were no bolts, there was nothing but sliding these limbs into these grooves. Boom, 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 boom. I had it put together in no time. It was a simple deal, and we sure have caught a lot of fish like that.
I mean, the engineering of it is this bar is 4 1/4 wide. inside that dimension of pipe is 0.3998. And so there's just enough tension on it to
Create that pressure that it
stays right there. And, you know, 12-year-old kids snap that one together in a couple of minutes. I put enough of them together over the years. I'm a little bit slower today than I was before. But I just try to make it user-friendly and forever. That was the goal. And put it out, you know, a little bit of time in the water, and you'll have fish. It helps the fishery too. I mean, every boathouse owner who likes to fish wants to help the community out. There you go.
They work. Awesome stuff. Well, guys, that's the story of American Fishery. Go check them out. Where can they find them? Tell us about it, man.
AmericanFishery.com. Thank you.
Go check them out.